Welcome to this webinar, and thank you for making time to equip yourselves with more knowledge on how you can understand your children's journey better. Today's webinar is going to be a brief introduction on the link between sports psychology and performance lifestyle. We've been mentioning these things for quite some time now, so it's about time that we start showing you what these are and how these link. Let me share my screen with you. So I'll move myself. As you can see, this is the link between sports psychology and performance lifestyle, where I'll be talking a bit about each and how they link. So who am I, first of all? I hope by now you all know who I am. I'm the sports psychologist of the Mediterranean College of Sport, where I'll be working with your children, yourselves, as you can see, as parents, both observing one-to-ones, delivering sessions. So there will be a mix of things that I'll be doing at MCS. And I'm very happy to start seeing your kids flourish into becoming great student athletes. Why this webinar? Well, first of all, we need to understand that student athletes work within a lot of different areas. And to create the best development, it requires all areas to work together. So that holistic development needs to be understood from day one. This is to include both the mental and the physical aspect of the student athletes in all their journeys, whether it's school, whether it's sport, or anything else. What is sports psychology? Well, sports psychology involves the study of how mental and emotional factors influence sports performance and the overall well-being. But over here, you need to keep in mind that well-being needs to be first. So if someone is mentally happy, the performance is automatically going to be good. If you're not mentally well, your performance is gonna drop one way or another, or at least remain the same, but it would not improve. Performance lifestyle, on the other hand, this balances everything out because it includes the everyday life, the routines, the social interactions, the the mental health aspect, all together support that peak performance. So if we take a look at this picture, we can see how powerful this picture is. The coach only sees those 2 to 3 hours of training in a day. But what makes top athletes, elite athletes, and top individuals is the combined hours of training and the rest of the day. So sleep, food, social interactions, calming aspects of the student athletes. Maybe they love to draw, maybe they love to sing, to dance, to act, anything. So yes, you might be asking, there's not much time to do all those, but but still, we need to keep in mind that the remaining hours are as important as the training hours. So we can't go eat junk food every single day and then pretend to have top performance, or we can't sleep 5 hours a day every day and pretend that we will have top performance for a long time. So moving on. Why is sports psychology important within athletic performance? So firstly, understanding the mental game, understanding the challenges that sport entails, the competition anxiety, which will always be there, the pressure, the need to maintain focus within that pressure, and also to be mentally tough, which is a skill as important as the physical aspect. So like you train physically every single day to improve skills, technique, tactics, you also need to train the mind. The mind is a muscle that needs to be trained. Skills that can be trained, so we can see confidence building, for example, and confidence is not just in the way someone speaks, but also in the way someone behaves, the non-verbals. All this enables the athlete to perform at their very best. It also helps with stress management, where we handle stress, pressure through techniques like relaxation, mindfulness. These will all be given and delivered through the performance lifestyle, in fact, these tools, and also can be given in the one-to-one sessions in more depth. Emotional support is another thing which starts from you as parents, but is extended also within the sports science field, the sports psychology field, and the performance lifestyle field, where we're helping student athletes deal with setbacks such as injuries, losses, maybe non-selection sometimes, or any other issues that they might be going through in life. Could be many different things. Maybe they're going through some mourning, grieving time. Maybe they had a difficulty with a coach or with a teammate. Many, many different things. Performance lifestyle, on the other hand, involves that balance that we said, that holistic balance. So the resting, the nutrition, the mental well-being, time management, social life, all these are part of the performance lifestyle aspect. Your role, you might ask, where does it fit? It's massive. You as parents are the ones that have to deal with all the 24 hours that I've shown in that picture. Therefore, you would be there in emotional support, in nutritional support, in the academic support, in all the areas. So in order to do this right, you need to have that open communication. This will be done through simply asking the children, for example, what is it that you need? Instead of trying to put in what you think they might need, you ask them, even, for example, what kind of support you want after a match or after a competition. Tell them, what would you like me to do? Would you like me to stay quiet and give you time to go through what you've been through? Or would you like me to talk to you a bit and ask you about your day? So having that open communication will allow your children to actually be open with you, and whatever they say, don't see it as something that is surprising you. Always, even if something really surprises you and you're not in favor of what they did, for example, don't start shouting, because that gives the message that they should not share anything like that with you. And you don't want that. So instead of doing that, if they do something that you don't like, ask them why they did it and help them understand why that can be wrong, if it happens to them, for example. Finally, recovery and balance. So you need to instill in your children the importance of recovery. Without recovery, they can't improve. So it's useless to keep on taking them to after-school activities beyond their club, their school, their hubs, or anything else. You need to show them and give them the value of recovery. After all, what we want is a balanced life, not an extremely busy life that they burn themselves out at a young age. We want them to see the sport as a fun element so that they sustain that activity. So practical tips for you. Firstly, important to have that positive mindset, that growth mindset, praising effort rather than intelligence, to show them that if they get it, they can hang in there and focus on what the coach is saying to them. So they can continue pushing rather than saying, I don't have it, so might as well not put any effort at all. Also, allowing them to see challenges as opportunities for learning and growth rather than going in for the save every single time there's an issue. So help them ask themselves, how is this obstacle gonna help me grow? What is this obstacle showing me, teaching me? And what can I do about it? This allows your children to focus on the process rather than the outcome. That is, focusing on every single day's effort rather than focusing on winning. Winning is a bonus of enjoying the process. And that's what creates that resilience and that love for the sport. Also promoting those healthy habits which I mentioned. So we will be going through all the healthy habits very quickly. Firstly, the adequate sleep. It would be very, very important to have a consistent bedtime so that the body adjusts to it and it will sleep very quickly and wakes up automatically if you set that consistent bedtime. So, for example, sleeping at 9 and waking up at 6. 8 hours of sleep, and once you do it on a regular basis, your body will adjust to it. There are some tips that you can take, like creating a pre-bedtime routine, like deep breathing, avoiding screens 1 hour pre-bed, and having a warm bath, maybe not at this time, but very soon you'll be appreciating a warm bath. Relaxation techniques, reading, and even having a comfortable sleep environment, which is quiet, dark, and cool. Secondly, having that balanced nutrition. So having balanced meals, which have all the nutrition involved in it, regular eating patterns, so not skipping meals, especially breakfast, which starts the day, hydrating themselves with water regularly, and having that pre and post-training snacks, which are ideal for the pre-training and also to refuel for the post-training. Within MCS, this is a bonus because half of the day's intake can be taken care of at MCS through the nutrition program provided, such as the breakfast, the post-workout snack, and the lunch. So this will already start promoting healthy eating behaviors and what to eat based on the performance that they're doing. Effective time management, again, creating that weekly schedule, setting priorities, encouraging breaks and downtime between studies, and also monitoring screen time through apps. You can monitor that very easily. At the school, we have the reflective journal, and this is an idea of how it would look like, where this would be helping setting the goals weekly and also understanding each day what it helped you do better to improve every single day, to understand how reflection is very important. Finally, leading by example. So whatever you're showing, the kids would follow. Even though you might not believe it, but yes, they'll be following every single thing that you do. So make sure that you promote these kind of behaviors like sleep hygiene, balanced eating, effective time management, and also praising that effort rather than praising when they only won. Praise when they're putting effort into making their bed in the morning, or cleaning their plate after they have eaten, or making their own bed without telling them. Those are things that you need to be praising to make them have these sustainable, healthy habits. So what's the take-home message from this? Yes, sports psychology does play a crucial role in developing the mental skills needed for athletic success, and that balanced performance lifestyle, which all promote that well-being for the long-term success. Remember that your role here is to support the overall development, not just winning in sport or making it in school. You're here to support their development to becoming the best student athletes that they can be, and in a happy way rather than in a miserable way. This is what creates that foundation for your child's long-term success, both in sport and in life. Hope you learned something from this. Thank you for listening, and I'm sure there will be more of this. Good day.